Okay, so in order to be a cover feature, there is like a volume requirement to get you on the cover, right? However, I learned about Darcie, this was probably even 2 years ago from...
Really?
Yes, from the Clubhouse calls. So I was hopping on those way more regularly, and I just listened to you talk, and you started to become on my radar at that time, and what I loved about you was your authenticity, your genuineness, not being afraid to say what's on your mind, and I was like, it's time. Darcie, how did your real estate journey begin?
That's a great question. Actually, it came in 2008 when the car market the whole economy took a dive. So what I tried to do was actually go after, try to do houses. And I was in Texas at the time, and it worked out great. And I just kind of dumbed myself into finding a career I absolutely adore.
Remind us what brought you to Ohio and how did you end up here?
Been to Ohio all my life. I actually was taken to Texas by getting married. We had our kids there, and we didn't blend with the culture very well, nor did my kids. So we really wanted to get back to our roots, and we missed Ohio. We wanted our kids to kind of be born and raised in the same cities and share kind of the same memories with them growing up. We found a house in Powell and moved and started all over again.
You were going to go to college for ceramics, is that right? And talk me through what happened.
A lot of patterns happen to my injuries. For some reason, I make these major moves and major life changes over the injuries I've taken. That one at the time was I was playing powder puff football, got injured, actually had a full reconstruction done to my shoulder at 18 years old. I got a full ride to Ohio Northern on a ceramics scholarship. And it wasn't but 6 days afterwards that this game had happened. But you had to come in freshman year, being able to throw with 50 pounds of clay. And I was an immobilizer for 6 months. I couldn't take a year off and get that. Thought I was going to go into some sort of clay animation. Now they have all computer generated. I don't think they use clay anymore. So it was complete change, but it was a change for the good.
So talk to me about pool.
Years ago, right around maybe 20, 21 years old, I'd never picked up a pool cue in my life. And it was so embarrassing that, it was horrifying. And then everyone's laughing at me, and I don't know what's going on. And there was a guy named Sharky,
Appropriately.
He said I was pathetic, and he could not watch the car crash, and he was going to give me some pointers. The competitive side of me took over, and it was so embarrassing at the time that I showed up at this pool hall every day, trying to master it. I was playing 3 leagues a week. I was in my early 20s at the time. And then I started playing in a ladies league, and the ladies league ended up, we took all city, we took all state, we went to Vegas and took a national championship. I ended up making it on the road professionally for 36 days.
Why only 36 days?
It was not the life that I wanted to live.
Interesting.
I decided that I was never going to be successful or make any money playing professionally. I loved the journey, but the journey ended there.
You have a staging truck?
Full idea of at first was to be a moving truck. Obviously working from the client services and trying to offer a concierge. I was always against staging when I first started. I thought it was ridiculous, and the whole idea of having it staged is to show either how big it is or how the flow works in the house. Someone else can see their stuff in that house and be able to live harmoniously in that space. And it's like a life-size dollhouse that I get to play in a lot of times with the vacant ones. It's a lot of fun. The truck came out of necessity because I had to move furniture and things like that. And I think my husband's coined the phrase, I'm a luxury hoarder of materials. I probably have, I don't know, 500 white towels. So it was building up in the house, and then so now it's kind of been it's been a journey with that too. I'm now at 9 units that I have all of the staging stuff. My son is actually the one that gave me the idea to wrap it and put a 4-foot picture all over it of myself. Stuck in traffic, you've got about a 4-foot sign of just my big egghead right there in the back of you, staring at you. So
yeah, it's
a lot
memorable.
of people try to go around me. Yeah. And it was a brilliant idea. I mean, for a very low cost, I've gotten so far, I think 3 listings and 2 buyers out of it.
Really? For people just seeing the truck
just
and then
the
calling?
Just calling on the face.
Well, in that image of you with your feet up on the phone, it just is, it's like iconic. Like I can see it in my mind. Isn't that something? So in Darcie's story, it's funny now.
It is funny.
Funny now, not then. She was at a real estate conference and was looking to go to In-N-Out and jumped
It's very hungry.
a fence. I've been there, hangry. And she ended up fracturing your leg in 31 places.
31 places.
And so did you continue with the conference and didn't see a doctor until you got home?
No. I found out a little tip that is if you are on the Strip and you do need an emergency vehicle, it's $18,000 one way. So I didn't go that way. We got an Uber, raced to the emergency room, and I'm telling everyone, it's just dislocated. I'll be back. I'll see you tonight later. It was not. We ended up taking me back. I got an Uber back to my hotel room. I had a bag of ice. Katie, actually, she is searching all over. I think she stole a wheelchair for me because I couldn't get up there. And then Lisa Gibbs, Brian Kemp, there were so many people for 31 hours that brought me ice, brought me food.
What is like your favorite part of being an agent? What's the heart behind what you do? What are you most passionate about?
It's most definitely my clients, and get to share these stories. And it's like, for 3 to 6 months, I'm part of the family, and I know everything that's going on. It's not just about the house sale. It's about the journey that they're all either overcoming a fear or, I guess, embracing what they get to do next.
And that makes sense to me based on your creative background in trying to go to school for ceramics in your story. And then
that didn't work out. There's a
didn't work
pattern of
out.
injuries
For
some reason. I hate to sound like I'm coining an analogy, but, if life gives you lemons, you just make a lemonade.